They were refugees for that 30 weeks. pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We do have Tony on Zoom. Is that correct? I think I had heard him. All right, I will call.
I'm here.
Thank you. Moffett County Board of County Commissioners regular meeting to order on Tuesday, June 24th, 2025. And Chair would move to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. And Chair would move to approve the consent agenda, items A through M.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. We will move on to public comment. If there's anybody who would like to speak to the commissioners, you can go ahead and come up here, state your name, and share with us what you would like to share. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Jim Buffum, and I shouldn't have to be here, but I've went to the county shop and talked to the lady there several times and asked for her to have the road supervisor get a hold of me, and we could kind of look at some of the roads that I was very displeased with.
Okay.
And I figure I have to come to the top. And I think the road supervisor needs to pay a lot more attention to what they're doing, maybe train them a little better. They're doing it. I just come off of Timber Lane Loop. He's tore that up to where you can't fix it now. It's terrible. And they do the roads that they do every three years or whatever. They're tearing them up. They don't make them better. They make them where water can't get off of them. And I think we need some supervision. That's my, and you know, I've maintained roads for BLM, Forest, and private individuals for 58 years. I know a little bit about what they should be like.
Right.
And they're not doing that. That's my, I don't know what you can do about it, but I would appreciate, I would ride with the supervisor and go tell him what they might be. And I know that'd cause a problem.
Yeah.
But that's my reason for being here.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else with public comment? Good morning.
Good morning. Lois Wymore, New West 2. Jane and I were talking yesterday, and we would just like to know your thoughts on the proposed federal legislation on the sale of public lands for development in Moffett County and how you feel like that would affect us, or if you're thinking about it yet. That's our big question for this week. And thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else for public comment? Okay, thank you. Any general discussion? Tony, any general discussion?
No, I'm good.
Thank you.
Hadn't seen Carol in a long time, so I had to
Yeah, we have to harass her a little bit.
harass her a little.
All right. So we have two public hearings at 8:45. So I'm gonna roll on to staff reports and get some of that taken care of before our scheduled public hearing time. Office of Development Services, Candace Miller. Morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. So I am presenting a contract on behalf of Roy Tipton, who could not be here today. You have the full contract in front of you. This is the architectural and engineer design contract from CH Johnson Consulting in the amount of $3,825,848. So if you recall, CH Johnson was originally selected to the formal RFP process to complete the initial feasibility study for the event center. At that time, it was proposed and agreed upon that at the discretion of the Board of County Commissioners, and the Moffett County could continue working with the firm into the subsequent phases of the project. So the contract presented to you is for the next phase of work and is being funded through 2 grants from OJT totaling $2 million. And then Moffett County U.S. Treasury, LACTF for $3,157,265. The total budget for that project is $5,157,265, of which $1,331,417 beyond this contract would be directed towards geological investigations and other essential development work associated with the project. And Roy is currently working on getting a meeting set up with CH Johnson to be here on site the week of the 14th of July.
Any questions?
What was the total? 3 million what?
So the total of the design and engineering contract is $3,825,848. But there was a total project budget of $5,157,265. And so the extra not spent in this design and engineering will go to the geotechnical and other necessary trades.
And the 2 million OJT grant on that was the Moffett County only.
Yep.
But it's only been about 2 years that we've been working on getting the final approval for that.
Yep.
So.
I guess I'm just confusing myself because it says the basic design services fee proposal is $2,695,848.
And with the supplemental services specialty consulting fee, I believe those two combined.
Oh, it is
Yeah.
three, okay.
Yep. Any other questions I could try to answer for you?
Nope. I'm good.
No.
You gonna say community is what's your flavor or?
To remind you what you're supposed to do.
No, I'm just saying, you gotta say something. I mean,
Okay.
yeah,
Oh, well, then I suppose what is your pleasure?
well, I make a motion to approve CH Johnson Consulting, Moffett County.
Second.
standard form of agreement between owner and architect. Wait till I'm done. Okay, got a second.
I was just seconding before you could finish, just so you know I was on your side.
Okay, thank you.
Helping to speed things along in case we overran that public meeting time or public hearing time.
$125,848.
With a long fought motion and second for the Event Center Architect and Engineering contract. Any further discussion?
No.
Tony?
I'm good.
All right, hearing none, all in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. The next item on the agenda, and I do believe 5 minutes would be sufficient? You have 5 minutes. Sheriff's Office, Casey Hume, Resolution 2025-59. You are followed by a public hearing at 8:45, and I am scheduled with the PUC for
Okay,
cross-examination.
Minutes, I'll
Yes.
make it happen. Good morning, Commissioner Villard,
Good morning.
Commissioner Broom, and the voice from above, I don't see it. Commissioner Booyer, thank you. I appear before you today, to speak to the resolution that you'll be considering this morning. As we all know, as elected officials, we have many responsibilities. With respect to my retirement, the responsibility falls to the Board of County Commissioners to appoint someone to fulfill the remainder of that term. It's established in state constitution, supported by state statute. Your resolution before you this morning would, if approved, appoint Under Sheriff Chip McIntyre to fulfill the remainder of my term. Since I have announced my retirement, I will be leaving the office of sheriff. I'm here in part to share that, but also to share with all of you, I put my full faith and confidence in Under Sheriff McIntyre to fulfill the remainder of my term. I've worked with Chip for more years than I can count. He is well prepared, well positioned, has the respect of the men and women of the Sheriff's Office, but also of our county. I can think of no one better positioned to fulfill the remainder of my term. Chip and I have had conversations prior to my announcement, prior to reflection on my career and where I was at and all the things that led to announcement of my retirement, which we don't have time for here today. That's not why we're here today. But he has every intention. He has shared with me of running for the office of Moffat County Sheriff in the 2026 regular election cycle. So for all of those reasons, I strongly support and encourage your adoption of the resolution appointing Chip McIntyre to fulfill the remainder of my term as sheriff. And I'm happy to answer any questions if the board has any. I don't know. I believe Chip is willing to accept the appointment. Is he shaking his head as I'm motioning?
Yeah, you kind of go.
We're not required to give him the opportunity. The courtesy, perhaps. Any questions?
No.
Casey? Tony, did you have any questions from above?
No, I'm good. I agree with everything Casey said.
All right. What is the board's pleasure?
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2025-59, a resolution appointing Under Sheriff Chip McIntyre as Moffat County Sheriff, effective July the 2nd, 2025, to finish out the term of Casey Humes.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
I just agree with the sheriff himself, I think we making the right choice here for Mr. McIntyre. I have always said that, you know, the sheriff department seemed to be running pretty well and there was no corruption or anything going on in there. So I rock the boat, keep it rolling, and appreciate all those guys down there.
I echo that. I think the continuity at the sheriff's office has been, and will continue to be solid. Yep. The knowledge that is there and the training that's there to this point, the knowledge on the budget that we're about to go into and the shortfalls that could potentially be coming up with closures is not something that's new to Chip. And so I think to halt that knowledge or anything to chase it around for just the remainder of a term seems to be kind of counterproductive. And so I agree in full confidence that we're making a great decision here. So, Tony, any comments?
Nope.
Okay. With no further comments, all in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries and brings us to our scheduled public hearing. The first public hearing is the Clerk and Recorder's Office, Stacy Morgan, and let the record show today's posted public hearing regarding the Moffat County Balloon Festival Beer Garden with the Samuel Havinga Junior VFW Post 4265 has applied for a special events liquor license to operate a beer garden for the Moffat County Balloon Festival. Notice for the special events liquor license was posted at least 10 days prior to the hearing per CRS 455106. Once the public hearing has been declared, I will ask Moffat County Clerk and Recorder Stacy Morgan to present to the BOCC the request as submitted. Once the presentation is complete, the commissioners may ask questions or make comments. I will then ask the audience if there is anyone who wants to testify either for or against. Any citizen of Moffat County may testify once the public hearing has been declared and all information has been presented. For those who want to testify, you'll be asked to approach the commissioners, state your name for the record, and you'll be given 3 minutes to present your testimony either for or against. The timekeeper will notify the BOCC and the speaker that 20 seconds remain before your time is up. No decision will be made during the public hearing. This is an opportunity for you to provide your testimony in favor of or in opposition of the proposed request. The commissioners have the option of asking questions or answering questions related to the topic during the hearing process. Once all testimony has been heard, the public hearing will be declared closed and we will go back into regular session. I will then refer back to the board for discussion and a decision on said proposal. With that, I declare this public hearing open. And Stacy Morgan.
Morning.
Morning.
I have with me Randy Looper and Debbie McLean. We're here to request your approval for a liquor license for their annual balloon festival out at Loudy Simpson on August 2nd. They're going to operate a beer garden and that's it. All will be.
Clarify, VFW is operating.
The VFW.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Any questions? None? Okay. All right. Then we will go to the public. If anyone would like to testify for or against this proposed special events liquor license for the Samuel Havinga Junior VFW Post 4265. Now is your opportunity. Anyone? Okay. I will now declare the public hearing closed and refer to my fellow commissioners for a decision, and I myself will abstain as being part of the Balloon Festival Committee.
Chair, I make a motion to approve the Samuel Havinga Junior VFW Post 4265 special events liquor license for Moffat County Balloon Festival on August the 2nd, 2025.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And let the record show I abstained. Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
And our second public hearing for today will be planning and zoning public hearing. Let the record show that today's posted public hearing regarding the Shimizu minor subdivision S2503 final. Letters were sent to adjacent landowners. Legal ads were run on April 23rd and posted on the county website. Once the public hearing has been declared open, I will ask Candace Miller, Planning and Zoning Coordinator, to present to the BOCC the request as submitted. Once the presentation is complete, the commissioners may ask questions or make comments. I will then ask the audience if there's anyone who wants to testify either for or against. Any citizen of Moffat County may testify once the public hearing has been declared and all information has been presented. For those who want to testify, you will be asked to approach the commissioners, state your name for the record, and you will be given 3 minutes to present your testimony either for or against. Erin Miller will be the timekeeper today, and she will notify the BOCC and the speaker when 20 seconds remain before your time is up. No decision will be made during the public hearing. This is an opportunity for any of you to provide testimony in favor of or in opposition of the proposed request. The commissioners have the option of asking questions or answering questions related to the topic during the hearing process. Once the testimony has been heard and the public hearing will be declared closed, we will go back into the regular session and I will refer back to the board for discussion and a decision on said proposal. Let the record show that we are now open.
Good morning again.
Yeah.
If you recall, we had the sketch prelim presented to you the second week in April. We did not have a quorum at that meeting, so we unfortunately did not have recommendations. The sketch prelim was approved by the BOCC. This is the final for the minor subdivision. It is a split of property that will, he has a county road that splits his property. And so this minor subdivision is creating two parcels based off that split from the county road. We did not receive any letters of opposition, no calls, no visits. This is a relatively simple, there's no need, water requirements for this subdivision. Therefore, we did not have any concerns from DWR. And so today I'm presenting to you the final sketch or the final plat for consideration of approval.
And just for clarification, the comment with no quorum is no quorum of the planning and zoning.
Correct, yes. Yep. And unfortunately, we did not have a quorum in May or June. So.
Okay. Any questions for Candace? Tony, any questions for Candace?
No.
Okay. All right. Then I will now ask if there is anyone who would like to testify either for or against the Shimizu minor subdivision final. Last call. Anyone would like to testify for or against? Seeing none, I will declare the hearing closed and refer back to my fellow commissioners.
Chair, I make a motion to approve Shimizu. What how you pronounce it?
I believe so.
Okay, minor subdivision S-25-03.
Second.
Okay. Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, motion carries. And I believe that is it. So we are adjourned and our next meeting will be Tuesday, July 8th at 8:30 a.m. right here. Thank you.